Hello and welcome to the U Economy webinar for today. My name is Joe. I'm going to be in one moment welcoming the founder of U Economy, Mr. Peter Wolfing, to the stage. He's going to share about 60 minutes or so with you to give you some background on the program, on the products, how you can make money, and certainly about who Peter Wolfing is. I've had the pleasure of knowing Peter for over a year now. He is in the who's who in my personal Rolodex. The guy has performed at a high level for nearly 30 years. He's responsible for a variety of programs over the years, which have enrolled over 2 million people and introduced.
Hey, Joe, let me ask you, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you just fine.
Oh, dynamite. My computer did a massive update and the audio wasn't working, so I had to dial in. So I'm good to go.
All right, here we go. All right, I was just telling people a little bit about who you are, Peter Wolfing. Peter's responsible for over 2 million families entering the realm of direct selling network marketing. I want you to consider what that means. 2 million plus memberships. That usually is a husband, a wife, a family, some kids. Think about the millions of people who have been empowered by the work that Peter Wolfing has been doing. Additionally, talk about the economics of what we do. Peter Wolfing's businesses, his companies have put over $400 million into the world in the form of spendable commission dollars to these people over the last 30 years. So he clearly certainly is a guy who knows what he is doing. He's been there, done that, and he's bringing the U economy to the world. And actually, if you're watching this right now, we're in our second year. So if you've yet to hear about us, stand by. Peter Wolfing, I'm going to just jump off here and turn it over to you, my friend. Thank you very much. I'm out of here.
All right, Joe, thank you very much. Let me just switch over here. And if you could do me a favor, just let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen. Yes, I can.
All right. And I want to make sure my slides are coming over well and good.
I still see I see your slides in the, oh, there we go. Perfect. I love it. Perfect.
All right, dynamite. Hey guys, I want to kind of virtually shake your hand through the screen here. As Joe said, my name is Peter Wolfing. It's my honor to be able to come on here and share this wonderful opportunity with you, U Economy. But I'd like you to just really relax, take a breath. I wanted to share some information with you that has been just a blessing for me to be able to give out to people and to change lives one at a time. You know, the U in U Economy represents you as the people. And it's more of a collective of everybody together. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than Joe. It's bigger than the principals in the program. It's bigger than anything. And it's really built to be able to give you sovereignty over your life so that this way you can be put anywhere in the world and you have the wits and the wherewithal to be able to guide your life as you see fit, regardless of socioeconomic things that are going on and things like that. And you'll see what we're talking about when I play some videos here. But I think there's one video here that's about 1 minute in length. They'll say it all, and then we'll get rolling. I don't know about you, but every time I see that video, I get chills. And being that happens to be right in my backyard, and I see the Statue of Liberty often. My daughter actually got into a high school right on the water over there, and she'll start there in September. We'll see that every single day. And it just reminds me of what a fantastic country that we live in, and that people come here to have their dreams come true, and we can actually do that for other people and give back to the world. So let's get started. So my webinar here, my presentation, I was thinking, you know, what can I grab from different things that I've learned over the past 3 decades to be able to kind of cherry pick, because we only have 60 minutes. You know, I kind of went through things and I was looking at it and I had a perfectly timed 6-hour presentation for you, but I obviously can't do that. I had to whittle it down. And what can I tell you in just a short period of time to kind of give on the power of the knowledge that I have that can really get you from here to go to there? You know, whatever here to there is for you, whether it's going from here to making $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $100,000 a month, it's up to you. We have it all here at U Economy. There is no right or wrong. It just is, okay? And I found just through my studies and my teachings everything is just is, okay? There is no big or small. There is no lot of money, little money. It just is. Whatever for you, whatever your reality is, we're going to try to fill that gap for you here today in our presentation. So my goals here today are to give you value, regardless of whether you join our business here, whether you join our educational platform today. I'm going to give you things to think about, and I'm going to have you say at the end of this presentation, wow, you really opened my eyes. You got me to think a little bit, and you let me know things that I didn't really think about. Maybe I have to do some homework, okay? But ultimately, we'd like you to get at the end of this presentation, say, you know, I think I could do that. And, you know, I think I can learn some things here and get my life from here to there quicker, okay? So, you know, if you stay to the end of this presentation, again, only 60 minutes, I think it's going to be one of the better 60 minutes you've ever spent in your life as well. And hopefully we'll be able to connect together, kind of resonate on the same frequency here and be able to help you. So what makes us different here at U Economy? Joe hinted on some of the things there. Over 27 years experience. My main company that we started in 1998, this August will be 20 years old. 20 years old. Amazing. And I'm so very, very proud of that. And over 2 million people, we're probably at 2.1, 2.2 million people have joined. And if you add the families in that, it's so many people impacted around the world and practically every continent around the world. And that's why I built this system. And the systems that I have here that I've already built is because I knew that I wanted to impact people. Okay. And I like to make money just like everybody else. I mean, I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, and just the way you can make money is okay, but it's not my driving force. My driving force is impact. It's contribution. It's to be able to impact as many people as possible. And I knew I could do that onesie twosie by myself, but I said, hey, I can have more impact if I create a system that can be an economic engine of change for people and empower people to go spread the word. And thus, we're going to use our system to allow that geometric progression to happen around the world, not only through the first part, which is education, but also through a business opportunity and empower you to change your life, not only education-wise, but economically, okay? And as Joe had mentioned, well over, I mean, who's counting at this point? Well over $400 million earned. We're so proud of that. And that means so many lives change around the world. And the systems that we have, because of the 2 million joined, because of the millions of dollars earned, obviously, we have a system that works, right? So you can't get to that point. You can't get to 20 years and all these different numbers I'm showing you with systems that don't work. Because if they didn't work, we wouldn't last a year, right? So these are 20 years. These are well-established systems of economic change that have stood the test of time, that are based on fundamental principles that can be taught in any business college on the planet, period. And ultimately, I mentioned before, for me, I love making money, but it's not about the money. It's about impact. It's about people. And really, money is a byproduct of how many people you help. So I've been lucky enough to be mentored along my years in the business through wonderful people, leaders and mentors, and just world-renowned people in their own right. Over here on the right-hand side, you see John Maxwell. He's written over 100 books. I think he's the number 3 or 4 author of all time on Amazon of business books. He was voted the #1 leadership expert in the world. And it's just like a top-level guy. And I've met him many, many times and been lucky enough to not only be mentored by him, but also many people in his company. Darren Hardy, former publisher of Success Magazine. That's me with his high performance forum. Spent over $12,000 to go to his forum for 3 days and meet other CEOs around the world that have run million-dollar companies, many of them billion-dollar companies, and to be able to mentor under his tutelage. So that's Gary Vee. Everybody knows Gary Vee on the internet. Great guy and just a visionary in his own right, as well as Sir Richard Branson. And incidentally, Sir Richard Branson, I'm co-authoring a book with him called Performance 360. That'll be out in August, September, and I'm writing an entire chapter in his book, which is going to be fantastic. So it's one of these really big books. I think it's 11 by 17, glossy, great pictures and so on in that book, but showing people how to reach their peak performance. And I'm so proud to be able to do it with him. And I'm also having a book come out with Brian Tracy called The Will to Win as well, too. And I'm actually chapter 3, as I just got noticed about that I'm going to be chapter 3 in the book. So very, very proud of these things. That's Steve Forbes. And incidentally, I think we'll have a quote later on in this presentation that his magazine, Forbes.com, predicted that just a few years ago, the e-learning space, which is where our products are over $100 billion in size. And another article that came out in another magazine said about 2023, it's going to be over $200 billion. And that's with a B. That is a monster of massive niche markets and growing phenomenally. And one of the best things they need to do in business is get in front of these waves, and the wave will push you even further and faster and harder than you could possibly do yourself. That's a magazine that I was in. And we'll show it right over here. It says, I've been called the Uber of network marketing and online marketing. And what that means is that we are an industry disruptor. We think of things differently. And I've been doing things like Uber's been doing and Airbnb's been doing for 20 years, well before they did it. And what they do is they just think of business different. Uber said, how can we work on the transportation industry, change it, use the technology of today, and have people be in their own business? Think about that. They come in their own business. They work for themselves whenever they want, wherever they want. They just have to get a black car, have insurance, things like that, and they're in business for themselves. Now, we empower people also with U Economy basically the same way. We give them the vehicle. We say, you don't have to get a car. You don't have to get insurance. We'll provide everything for you, including the products, the customer support, the updates, all the stuff we'll provide for you. Just talk to people. That's it. Just talk to people, and we'll take care of all of that for you in the back end, and we'll have the Ferrari run for you, and you just got to talk to people and say, hey, watch that video, get on that webinar, and more than that you can't do. So, and we have some more exciting things that we're going to share with you tonight as well that make it even better. So we're cutting edge thinking. Okay, we want to think ahead of people, think ahead of the wave, and bring that to you so this way it makes your life, your business, your economic future that much easier, that much better. Now, I'm sure you've seen a show called Shark Tank, okay? That happens to be Kevin Harrington, one of my favorite shows. And this is where entrepreneurs come on their show. They pitch their wares, they pitch their inventions. They have Mr. Wonderful and cut them to shreds, you know. And but the main thing here is that Kevin Harrington was part of the original few shows of Shark Tank. That's them right there. Kevin Harrington's on the left-hand side with that red arrow going over there. And it's a wonderful show to show people how cool it is to be an entrepreneur, but also how many things you have to think about. So it's not as easy as you think. But in U Economy, we try to streamline all of that for you, so all the hard legwork is already done for you, and we could do everything else for you. But Kevin was nice enough to be able to do a video endorsement of me, so I'll show it to you right now.
Hi, I'm Kevin Harrington, one of the original investors on Shark Tank. I was also one of the inventors of the infomercial, and I pioneered the as seen in TV business model. I've also been involved with more than a dozen public companies and have launched over 500 products that have generated more than $5 billion in sales. Now, investing in myself has been the secret ingredient to all my success. I encourage you to follow an expert in that area. People are always asking me for advice and where to go to get to the next level in their business and their lives. And before I recommend something specific, I always ask if they're ready on the inside. Now, I know from a personal experience that investing developing yourself first is the absolute best way to get where you want to go. And Peter Wolfing has close to 3 decades of experience in the $100 billion e-learning space. He's an expert trainer, mentor, and author of multiple books. One is co-authored with Brian Tracy entitled The Will to Win and is destined to be a bestseller. Peter will also be featured on Times Square TV Live to be aired on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox. And over the past 2 decades, Peter has developed online platforms that have attracted a membership base of over 2 million people around the globe. He's been called the Uber of his industry because he's an out-of-the-box thinker and has revolutionized and streamlined online home-based business model. I know you're going to love it.
All right, guys, we can't get much better than that. You know, I've discovered some secrets, and I'm going to share some of those today because, as I said, I wanted to whittle down some of the different things that I've discovered, and I want to give value today. One of the things that I discovered was that I was really selling myself short for a long, long time, you know, because I was really taught that I had to think a certain way. My parents taught me to think a certain way, and they taught me to work a certain way, and the beliefs that they were able to give me over time, and I thank my lucky stars for my parents and the people around me, but really much of the limited thinking that they were giving me was holding me back. And I had to be able to break through that, because when I was growing up, I thought $20 an hour, even $50 an hour was the world, right? And little did I know, they were limiting my thinking to say, you know, that's as much as you can make, right? And it wasn't even aware to me that I can make $100 an hour, $500 an hour and more and earn 7 figures, okay? So what we're showing you here today is a way to break out of that limited thinking that your potential is in here, and we're going to show you that we have a vehicle that can get you to that point. Here, watch this video. Oh, sorry about that. Before the video there. Now, on secret number 1, what you want to do is develop yourself before you develop your business. Now, as much as 90% of the success or failure is between your ears and not how to do the business, okay? That's a big one, okay? Because everybody thinks it's how do I do this or how do I do that? Really, it's only 5 or 10% of how to do the business as far as going to dictate your success. The number one thing, 90% is here, okay? So you want to develop the entrepreneur on the inside, and we have a whole course curriculum on how to do that called You Mentor, and it's critical that you do that because if you're not bulletproof on the inside, and we'll show you how to do that, you're not going to be able to go through the inevitable ups and downs of the business, of any business. And obviously, this is, you know, it's never straight up like this, right? So if there's always challenges in your business, and not only your economy, but any business. And we're going to show you how to be bulletproof and have what I call the skin of a rhinoceros to be able to weather the storm and be able to make money. Now, number 2 is you got to unlearn the bad habits and long-held beliefs in order to make room for ideas and concepts that service you better. Now, I mentioned that before. I had learned bad habits from my parents, okay? They had taught me that I could only make this much money, that I had to do it this way, and I had to think that way. And they were teaching me all these wrong things, right? But I had to be able to have the wherewithal and understanding that I had the ability, I had the right, that I had to be able to rethink and unlearn some of the bad habits so I can make room for the good habits. Because many people, they go into it and they say, okay, it has to be this way because that's what I've learned just because that's the way it has to be. And it's totally the wrong way to look at it. People that have made millions of dollars, your number 1, 2, and 3% earners on the planet, they've learned that they have to really go in and look at these cherished beliefs that they have for their whole life and say, does this service me? Is this a belief that's going to service me and push me forward in the future? And if it's not, you have to have, you know, the strength to be able to push it to the side and replace it with something else. It's like in advertising. They call it the A-B split method, right? You have the control of the A, which is the one that's going out there, and then you try it with the B. And if you think that this one is going to service you better than the A, what do? You replace the A with the B, right? The same thing with habits and with beliefs. You have to be able to replace those in order to grow as a person and grow as an entrepreneur. Now, number 3 is you have to shorten the learning curve with a mentor. This is key because I wung it my whole life, all right? At age 5, I knew I was an entrepreneur, and I was like, what's a mentor? I had no idea. So I had to figure it out, and believe me, I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in the education and learning of trial and error, and I ate a lot of humble pie in the cafeteria of life, believe me. So I paid heavily with my entrepreneurial education to learn what I've learned, and if I only had a mentor to be able to do it. Now, one thing I am doing is I started a not-for-profit called Whiz Kids, and because I don't want that to happen with younger children. So this way we're building that with younger children of what I was having to go through myself, and so we're able to do that with them. And I want you to know that the best way you can get from here to there is to have a mentor that already knows what they're doing, and you're going to shorten that learning curve. And we have ways to do that with You Economy, and we want to be your mentor to be able to shorten that curve and get you to where you want to go much quicker. So if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Now, Eric Hopper said, in times of change, the learners will inherit the earth, while the learned find themselves beautifully equipped to deal with a world that no longer exists. In a nutshell, what does this mean? You can't stay stagnant. You can't just stay somewhere with what you think you know. And especially with today's society, things are changing at a lightning speed and only getting faster. So the rapid change that's happening is leaving so many people in the dust. How many people do you know that started in a college curriculum that they thought was going to be the bomb, right? But by the time they get out of college, it's gone. Right? Because the rapid change of what's happening out there is really leaving people in the dust, and they're kind of wondering what happened. And they're not able to really go with that change and being left in the dust in many different ways and forms. So we want to have you to be able to be light on your feet, to be able to learn, see what's happening out there. And we'll do much of that for you to be able to see the trends in society and be able to teach that to you and become the people that are going to be learning and really rolling with what's happening. Now, I discovered a lot of things the hard way. As I said, trial and error. So I don't want you to do that as well. Now, the formula I was taught for making money at that point from my parents, it was a lie. You know, they said, go to work, get a job, work for people, work 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and then you're going to be taken care of by the government or something like that, right? And basically, their method was work hard. And I was so privileged to be able to learn that from my mother, that you have to work hard. But that's only one part of the formula. If you work hard, how many people do you know that work so hard their whole life and have nothing to show for it? Because it's not just about working hard. Working hard is just one part of the equation. You have to work hard, but also in the right financial vehicle, or have a very specialized skill that you can have that work hard mentality mean something, okay? And we're going to help you with that with your economy. Many people, they feel like they're stuck inside of a box, right? They're in this box. They don't know how to get out because their awareness has not gotten to a point where they're like, I didn't know, right? I don't know. I don't know what's out there. I don't know what the options are, and they're kind of stuck in this box. Now, you ever feel like you're stuck in that box and your life experiences have built you into this box and you're kind of cooped in because of what you believe and your environment? Well, sometimes you feel like the instructions are taped outside the box. So it's so tantalizingly, teasing you, You think right at the top of that box is the instructions. I just can't reach it. Well, we're going to give you a way to get out of that box and to show you a way to easily do it. The awareness of people is severely limited by their environment. You ever hear the saying, you're the average of the 5 people that you hang around with the most? That is so true. And I've been able to help so many people that I've gotten to the point that they understand that. And what we want you to do is to hang around people that are going to go in the right direction, that are willing to give you this information, to mentor you, to coach you. And we have courses like UCore that are people just like that, live trainings. We have a radio show 5 days a week where you can go there and you can be around positive people and be around those types of people that are going in the direction that you want to go to. Bottom line is, although our parents loved us, we are programmed to think the way they think, with their values, their faith, their political views, even their views about money. Now, some of that, if you want to keep it, fantastic, keep it. I'm not saying change it. I'm just saying challenge it. It's your obligation, if you want to grow, to challenge everything and keep what you want and change and exchange something else that you see that you want to change to be able to progress with your life. Because life is all about change. If you think you're just happy, it's not going to work, because life is about change positive or change negative and deterioration. You never really just stay the same. George Bernard Shaw said that 2% of the people think, 3% of the people think they think, and 95% of the people would rather die than think. Now, you know this is true, right? 3% of the people think they think, because what they're doing is they're just regurgitating what they heard on the news, or they're just regurgitating what they heard from somebody else. They're not really thinking, right? And 2% of the people actually do think. These are these entrepreneurs that I was telling you about that are thinking into their business, that are developing their business by developing themselves on the inside. And the vast majority of people are out there just regurgitating, and they're going through life by default instead of by design. Now, again, I was programmed that if I was going to be successful, I had to be in the right place at the right time, right? That's not necessarily true. You can be in exactly the wrong place at the wrong time and still win if you know what you're doing. And we're going to show you how to do that with all the courses that we have. Think about this, for example, 2008 to 2011, the financial crisis. Everybody thought the world was coming to an end, right? And people were running for the hills, and they were just like so cramped up, and they're like, oh, I can't wait for things to get better. I'm like, you just don't get it. Because many people that were going through that, they were like, hallelujah, it's raining money, because they knew what they knew, and they were able to take advantage of any situation. Now, in business, if you know what you're doing, you can look at any situation, give a different perspective of it, reframe it, and be able to use that to your advantage. Because I can guarantee you, when the housing market was having a problem, when all of these different challenges were happening, many people were saying, my God, if there's money to be made from everybody, and almost, I think this is pretty accurate, that in the Great Depression, more millionaires were made during that time than any other time, because many people knew how to take advantage of that. Now, I was actually in that time, 2008, I was able to buy that house right on the water, while other people were like, oh my God, it's going to the dogs out there, I was able to buy that house right on the water, and you see it's a pretty nice area, right? Pretty nice house. because I was able to see what was out there to be able to change my environment, change my thinking, and be able to use that environment to my advantage. And I'm certainly going to share those different concepts and ways to do it with you as well, too. Now, here's a student of mine that I've taught, and I want to show her specifically because she, in turn, is a mom. She doesn't have any training. She didn't know anything of what she was doing. And you're saying, Victor, wow, if she can do it, I can do it. And that's basically what I wanted to show you with Kukui.
I'm just going to go ahead and start. Anyway, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for our group. I'm so excited for things that have been happening for us. And I want to shoot this quick video for you folks.
Whoops. We try to skip forward here.
For me, I know a month ago, I was in a place where I was searching for, additional income. And I remember meeting up with Rosie, talking a little bit about it. And I was telling her, God asked me the other day, and this is, a month ago, he asked me the other day to purchase it now from my phone. It was like a $7 Minecraft app for a game. And I remember telling him that, we have to save money. We don't have any money. And he literally looked at me and he said, we never have money. We never have money. And that was my breaking point. That was the breaking point for me to realize that I had to do something. And so, fast forward a month now, I made almost over $12,000. Like, holy crap. And I just wanted to make a couple $100. And today, I just checked, I made $12,000. And that is so crazy. That never happened. And all I wanted to do was make a couple hundred, and for me, a couple hundred was going to be life-changing in that way. And to be able to, pay off some debt, to be able to buy my kids brand new iPads, they were so happy yesterday when I gave it to them. They're like, Mommy, we got iPads. And I told my son, I said, you download whatever you want. I gave him like $100 credit. I said, here, son, you take this $100 credit and you download whatever app you want. And he's like, wow, Mommy, we have money. And I said, yes, we do. But anyway, sorry, that was a little bit of, because it has been.
Well, guys, you can see since then she's earned well over $60,000, and I'm so proud of her to be one of the students that I've had, and just one of many, to be honest with you. And she actually took a whole family and flew over here to New York to a training that I did from Hawaii. Amazingly enough, I was able to meet her husband, her kids, and the whole thing. It was just very, very fun to be able to meet her, and she's now a powerhouse on the internet. So just dynamite, fantastic stuff.
Empowers anyone to reach their true potential, regardless of outside factors such as political or local economic change. Based on decades of success, the U Economy team has created an innovative, simple online system that allows anyone to simply plug in for rapid success with maximum leverage for life-changing income. The U in U Economy is you. The products are designed for the person who knows that growth on the inside is essential for growth on the outside. We believe that when people are given a structured education curriculum and an economic engine that quickly provides top-tier affiliate income supported by a community environment, success is a foregone conclusion. Designed by industry leaders, the U Economy system offers a ladder of increasing value to allow you to achieve the success you desire. U Economy is primarily a secondary education company. Our educational platform is called U Academy. Before we go into the amazing products, let's describe the terms to understand and how they're structured. U Academy structure. The U Academy courses are designed on well-known and accepted structures of higher education, which are utilized around the world. In a traditional educational structure, A student wanting to learn biology would start at Biology 101 and progress to higher levels of understanding, such as course titles of Biology 201 and Biology 301. Like traditional education, U Academy bases its courses so that our students can grow as they progress through a logical sequence of understanding. They participate in progressively more challenging courses as their knowledge and awareness increases. These are basic, then to advanced, and finally, mastery. U Academy course modules. Through close to 3 decades and feedback from thousands of students, we've broken down our core training modules into 3 essential learning modules from which our students will get the most effect. These will serve to springboard into multiple skill levels of their choosing. These core skills are universal in the digital age we live in and will enable them to a better life of their choosing. 1. U Mentor, developing the inner entrepreneur. 2. U Digital, learning and mastering all aspects of the digital landscape. 3. U Network, promotion of your product or idea. U Economy does the same thing, only on a simple, more understandable method. Our courses are broken down into 3 skill levels, which are basic, advanced, mastery. We also show wholesale and retail as in traditional business buyer and seller structure. The U Economy company collects the wholesale cost of the product, while the UE member collects the commissionable portion of the sale. We have a unique bonus for you as well. The higher the product you choose, we will include all the courses below it, add the total gross amount, and then discount it to a package price that's an offer you will want to seriously consider. Let's use this as an example. Let's assume you purchase the U Network Advanced. At all product retail prices for each product listed below the U Network Advanced product are $125 U Mentor Basic, $250 U Digital Basic, $500 U Network Basic, $1,250 U Mentor Advanced, $2,500 U Digital Advanced, and $5,000 U Network Advanced. The gross purchase price when all courses are added together is $9,625. Thus, from the example above, your discounted package price off the retail price of $9,625 is only $5,000. You've saved a total of $4,625. This example works for any product in U Academy. In summary, step 1, choose your course. Step 2, add the prices of all the products below the one you've selected. We'll do that for you. Step 3, get the gross retail price. Step 4, you pay the package price, which is substantially lower. Thanks for watching.
So guys, that's how the package prices and the prices of the different products work. Ultimately, the thing you want to understand is that any product you pick, whichever price it is, all of the lower product levels, if you were to add them all together, they would be included, but normally they would be substantially higher if you were to buy each individual one. But whatever product package you pick, you're getting all of the lesser priced ones included, which is phenomenal. So we have story after story after story of people being successful. Which one are you going to be? Here's Thaddeus, there's Tammy, there's Andrea. I mean, we have people going like all over the place, all different walks of life of people. We'll show you some of these people in a video coming up shortly. Now, what I want to teach you as well today to give you some value is that there are 3 elements to a model of achievement and a learning model, and especially if you're learning anything, okay? We're going to talk in terms of business and how you learn anything, okay? Number 1 is belief. You have to believe that you can do it, and if you don't have the belief, you can borrow mine, because I had a lot of belief available, some extra to give you, and I'll be willing to give you that. Number 2 is you got to know it, because if you're not aware that it even exists, how are you going to be able to believe in it, and how are you going to be able to do it, right? So you have to be aware of whatever it is you want to achieve. Number 3 is, are the principles within the model, or basically the how-to, or whatever else you want, whatever you want. It doesn't matter what it is. Now think about this for a second. Can you do this? Can you walk? Okay. Now, if you look at the baby in this structure, from the very beginning, the baby was starting to crawl, and the baby saw other people starting to walk, right? And they started to model themselves after these other people. And as they started to go through, they started to crawl a little bit better, and they started to you know, to grab onto furniture and going through a lot of bumps and bruises, you know, hitting their head on things, rolling over, getting bruises all over the place, but they didn't stop. And if you were to stop, you'd probably be crawling today. But I guarantee you that you didn't, and eventually you learned how to walk. That's how you learn how to do business, because it's never a straight line. It's never easy. You start through different progressions to be able to do this. Like this over here would be our basic levels. Then our advanced levels would be right in the middle. And then mastery, where you're learning how to run or at least walk to be able to build your business. And that's how all business works. And the same thing if you're going to work out, you're going to do anything. At first, you have to learn how to crawl, intermediate or advanced, and then mastery and how to do that. And so we show you how to do this as well, too, through our courses, basic, advanced, mastery. Here's one of my quotes that I love, and it says, "It's not your ability to do it which is stopping you from achieving what you want in life." Because everybody can do it. You have the potential inside of you. And if you go to Google or YouTube, if you want to type in how to do something, you'll find out how to do it. But it's your unwillingness to pay the price. And that's the way it is with most people, because how to do it is out there, right? So that's why I'm saying here is the big problem. So it's that people are not willing to pay the price. So I posted on Facebook just the other day, I said, everybody wants to get rich, and they want to do whatever's necessary except what's required, right? So we want to show you how to be able to do what's required and try to take as much of that, of the things that you need to do away from you, but you still have to be able to get part of it so that this way you can make that happen. The big secret is, let me ask you a question. How many of you would work for minimum wage right now? If I were to ask you, how many of you would work for minimum wage? I bet you nobody would raise their hand. Why would you not work for minimum wage? Because you're aware that your value of what it is, and you know that you're worth more, right? But how much do you think that you're worth? I kind of gave you a hint on what my problem was when I was younger. I thought my value was here, and I never even was aware that my value was here. So until you lift the lid off of what you think your value is, you're always going to be kind of hitting your lid. It's the one of the laws from the Laws of Growth by John Maxwell. He says the law of the lid. You have to be able to get the lid off, otherwise your value is only going to be here, and you're never going to be able to make what you think you're worth because you have that lid there. And we're going to show you how to lift that lid and be able to grow your business. All right, so guys, entrepreneurship evolved. That's what we are here, and we're a world leader in e-learning. And this here is just an overview of some of the things that we have. Again, we have basic, advanced, and mastery, audio files, video files, online printed materials, live education. All these different things are available for you, and we want to be able to give you as much education as possible, and also an amazing business vehicle to be able to build your business.
U-Economy empowers anyone to reach their true potential, regardless of outside factors such as political or local economic change. Based on decades of success, the U-Economy team has created an innovative, simple online system that allows anyone to simply plug in for rapid success with maximum leverage for life-changing income. The U in U-Economy is you. The products are designed for the person who knows that growth on the inside is essential for growth on the outside. We believe that when people are given a structured education.
Sorry about that, guys. My video got mixed up there for a moment. My apologies. Here's a slide of the U-Mentor system. And again, we mentioned basic, advanced, and mastery, of course, digital and network. And now one thing I want to focus on here today is the U-Core. That's every single Monday night that we have these live sessions, and we learn from the mentors, and I teach them as well as other people as well too, primarily myself. And that's the crazy glue that holds everything together, which is the U-Core masterminds that we have. We have all sorts of books that we study. We deep dive into these books. The 4 Agreements is the one we're doing right now. 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth, which I was just talking about, which is the law of the lid. And we do Star Wars, Tom Brady, all these different things. Compound Effect is coming up soon. And it's a great system that's optional that we have as well too with the course curriculum that we have. We also do live events. We have a live event that's coming up in September in Los Angeles. So we love, live events are fantastic. I go to a number of them. I speak at a number of them. And we're having this great stuff here coming up in the future as well too. So if you do choose to join with us as well too, we hope that you can come to our live events as well. So again, here's a synopsis of the different courses we have with the different prices. Now on the right-hand side you see over here, this is the actual commission that you earn on each one of the course prices. And you'll notice that they're all at 80%. If you were to sell the basic, it's $125, you make $100, $250, $200, $500 would be the $400. Now, most people start off in this area here. It's kind of the Goldilocks part, right? So they're coming in here, and they're coming in some of these here. Now, if you sell a $5,000 course, in that video example we had, would be U Network Advanced, $5,000, you're making $4,000. And the M4 is just short because we run out of room on here, which means $4,000 in commission. The 2,500 is 2,000, then 1,000 over here. And the same thing on the mastery courses. Now, if you really feel that you want to accelerate your life, hey, why not? Because and with our compensation plan, you only need one sale and you get 80% of your money back. One sale. So why not go for the gusto up here at the top positions, right? 12.5, 25, 50 is making you $10, $20, and $40,000 per sale. Okay, per sale. That is life changing. Okay. Now, if you do this, we also have a special for these upper product courses as well too. Now, during these courses on below it, the very first sale that you make goes to yourself. The second sale that we have, number 2, is going to be a sale that goes up to your inviter. Okay, that's a bonus that goes as a training for them, so this way they can help you build your business. Now, I had a video prepared for this, but I was running a little bit late and wasn't able to cue it up here. So please excuse me for that. That'll be on Tuesday. I'll have that available for you. And so this second sale goes up as a training bonus, and every sale other than that, you keep yourself. Now, as those people in turn start to come into your business because you're bringing them in there, those people are going to give you their second sale, and that's how the geometric progression happens. So remember I said with the formula of working hard is not just the way to do it. Working hard in the right financial vehicle, but you also have to have duplication, you have to have leverage, and you have to have a team that's going to be giving you residuals and all sorts of things in there. And all of these different components make for a very powerful formula, and we have all of that in U Economy. Now, on the mastery level, here's one of the bonuses, a major bonus that we have in the mastery level. If you join any one of these mastery level product price points, you do not have to give your second sale as a pass-up. That is phenomenal. Not only is that going to save you tremendously on commission, so you wouldn't have to give a $20,000 commission up or a 40 or a 10. You keep that yourself on the second sale, okay? But you're able to receive the second sales from other people if you bring in people at any of the basic or advanced product levels. So it's a huge perk and incentive, because we feel that if someone is going to take the initiative to come in at a higher product price point, mastery, and they're going to come in at those price points, we got to throw them a bone, right? And we're going to reward you for being able to take the initiative to come in at those price points. So what I encourage you to do is to speak to the person that invited you and discuss what's the best for you, what's the best thing for you. Whether you want to come in at basic, advanced, and mastery, or what product levels you'd like to come in at. They'll go through and maybe they'll ask you, which they probably will, as far as what are your goals? What are your dreams? What's your time horizon? What are you looking to achieve? And give you and map out a plan as far as what's the best for you to come in at. Now, we also have a payment plan system that is available for people as well, too, that you can discuss with your inviter, okay, and how that works, and if that's something you want to take advantage of as well, too. Okay, now, as I mentioned before, all lesser priced product price points are included in the program. I mentioned before about UCore. This is our residual income, okay, it's $60 a month. Every person that you refer, you make $20 residual every single month. So thus, if you refer 3 people to UCore every single month, your mastermind training, your live educational training is for free. We also pay 75% commission, gross commission, over 12 generations of people that allows you to build your base of people and your team on an international basis, because UCore spans the world, because we don't have to ship products over borders and so on. It's just downloaded or live. They just access it, and you'll be able to get commissions based on the team that you build as well. So the other products that we have in the U Academy are upfront top-heavy programs, which means you make the money upfront, maximum commission. And then the UCore is where you build yourself a monthly residual based on the team of people that you build, okay? All right, so guys, that's the presentation that we have here today. I wish I could show you that other video, but I don't have it queued up here right now. And Let me just see, Joe. Maybe I can find it here somewhere. Well, let's do this. I think rather than me trying to do that, we'll set that up for next Tuesday. And I do apologize for that. My computer and laptop had a last-minute update, and I wasn't able to be able to get that other video queued up here. So my apologies. Sometimes things like that happen. So guys, this is the program. Let me just give you a basic, just closing comments, I guess you can say, on this whole program and what it can really mean for you. I've been lucky enough to be able to help all these people for the last 27 years. And as I said, it's not about the money. Money is a byproduct. Yes, I've made a lot of money, but I've helped so many people to change their life in a better way. And this program is really a reflection on me, on how I work, how I operate, how I treat people, and how I'd like you to treat people as well, too. And I know, yes, you like to make money. And I know, hopefully, you like to learn as well, too. But treat people with respect, treat people with honor, respect, and dignity. And you're going to be able to reap the benefits of that because people understand that. And we want to be a change for people in the world to have people see that you're a professional in the business and that you're going to be able to do that with people and treat them the same way as well, too. And we want to attract those types of people here with New Economy. And as you see there on this picture with Lady Liberty, that's the kind of thing that we want to have and have our members be the same way. We have high aspirations for U Economy to be a 20-year juggernaut out there and be able to help tens of thousands of people, if not more, around the world to change their life in either little, medium, or a great way, depending on their time horizon. And we'll be here every step of the way to innovate, to grow, and to change as necessary in the global marketplace. So I want to thank everybody for coming on this video presentation today. I'm going to turn it back over to Joe and let him close out the call. Back to you, buddy.
Thank you, Peter. I really appreciate the time that you've taken here today. I want to thank everyone who took the time to join us today. I want to thank Libby and Robert and Joanne and Roger and Tammy is here, Valerie. People from all over the world are joining us as they normally do. I urge you guys to take a really close look, a very close look at what you've learned about here today. Get back to the person who invited you here. If you have any questions, that's perfectly cool. Our goal is for you to make a relaxed and informed decision about your participation here in U Economy. Peter mentioned that we do a radio show every single weekday live at 12 noon Eastern. It's on Blog Talk Radio. The goal is just to educate, inform, and to hang around. It's actually like a great opportunity for every single person to have their voice be heard. We place a premium on community. So I want to, again, urge you guys to get back with the person who invited you here. If you would like more information, they'll be more than happy to let you know what's going on. We have a lot happening here. We've got some new things that we're introducing, and we're just getting started. On behalf of everyone who is a member of U Economy, Peter Wolfing and the executive team here, all of the leaders, again, I want to thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you next time. Oh, by the way, Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can find us here live in this time slot on Zoom Live. So we'll see you next time. Again, Peter Wolfing, thank you very much. Awesome job tonight. See you guys.
Hey, thanks, guys. Have a good night.